Right, hello sixth graders. Welcome to my class today. Excited that you're here. Unfortunately, we have to meet on the iPad today, so make sure that you are paying attention to these live lessons. They should be able to help you as you're going through this next week or so. Hopefully we can get back to class. If not, just watch your emails. I'll make sure and send plenty of information, what to do, what links to follow. Hopefully you have your packets so that you can begin working on your assignments. Let me walk you through what is going to be required of you while we are away during this time. So, assignments. You're going to have one assignment daily, just like we've been doing all year long with the Go Math. Nothing's really going to change in this department. There'll be 7, 8, 10 questions. I would like you to do all of the questions on the page. Warm-ups. I am going to do warm-ups, but not in your warm-up book. You're going to do the spiral review, which is on the back side of your homework page. Warm-ups will be required each day, so make sure that you are doing those. This is a great way to keep our minds focused, to help us so that we are ready when the end of the year comes, so that we know all of the information that we've learned all throughout the year. So watch for that. Stations, my next thing. Can't really do stations because we're not all together, but we can. I am going to require that we do 1 or 2 in the 2-week period that we're away. What I've done is I put these in your packet. When the stations are due on that day, I will make sure and get you the information so that you know exactly what you are doing. Science is typically on Friday. I haven't decided if I do it this Friday or if I wait and talk about science a little bit next week. But me and Mrs. Fanua will get together. We'll share everything you need to know about science. What I can tell you is this. You were given a science packet for your ecosystem poster. So what I would recommend is go to the store, buy a poster board, start working on that poster. That's going to be what I'd like you to work on for the next 2 weeks. And we'll talk more, Mrs. Fanua and I. If you find that you can't buy a poster, you can't get one, contact me. I promise I'll get you the supplies that you need. We have plenty of bulletin board paper. We can get you enough to create that poster. So should be enough to get what you need. If you need anything, the best way to reach me is through email. I will get back to you as soon as I can. My office hours will be 9 to noon each day. During that time, I'll be checking my email a lot. I typically check my email anyways. If you don't want to email me during 9 to noon, you are free to email me any other time of the day. I will get back to you. It just may take a little bit longer. During 9 to noon, I'll be very close to my computer, but typically I check my email all during the day. Okay, so no big problems there. I'm here to help. If you need help, email me. If you can't figure out a math assignment, let me know. I will help you figure all of those out. Okay, so we have just finished our chapter on geometry. Inside your packet, you will have your geometry test. It's going to have shapes on it. You need to tell me the surface area and the volume of those shapes. Feel free to use a calculator. That test is due with the packet that you're going to receive at school, so make sure you do that. That test should be done and handed in by the 26th, which is a week from Thursday. That's when this whole packet is due that you have received from me. Okay, math test. This should be an easy one. We went over a lot of the volume, surface area in class. You can use a calculator. If you don't know how to do something, use your resources. Get on Khan Academy. He will help you to figure it out. Make sure you complete this. Okay? We are starting a new chapter. I'm going to walk you through the assignment for today, Wednesday, the 18th. We are starting data. Okay? Data is kind of fun. It's not crazy hard, but there are a couple things that we need to know as we talk about data. So first one, let's go through a couple of definitions. Bar graph. When I talk about a bar graph, what I do is I'm setting up a graph. My data is showing all of these little bars that represent the data that I'm looking at. Now, of course, data, what it is I'm collecting information so that I can make decisions. In math, a lot of times we use what's called a statistical question. That's what our first assignment today is going to be on. When I ask a statistical question, what I'm doing is I'm trying to ask a question that's going to give me enough data so that I can record the information to make decisions. Now, statistical questions, you have to make sure that your data will vary, okay? If I ask the question, how many touchdowns did Tom Brady make on March 2nd? You might say 2. Okay, that doesn't vary. We know that he made 2 no matter what. We can look at his touchdowns March 2nd. 2 is the answer. The answer does not vary. That is not a statistical question. But if you said, how many touchdowns did Tom Brady make in the month of January? Okay, now we're getting into a statistical question. Now you can say, well, hey, he made 2 on January 2nd. He made 3 on January 3rd. He made 5 on January 6th. That data is varying. I'm able to easily look at it and make some decisions. Okay, some of the other information that you need. This is a bar graph. Okay, this is a dot plot. When you plot your information using dots. Frequency is how often something happens. I could label this side frequency. I could label this side the amount. So let's say, well, frequency 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever intervals I'm using. In this one, the frequency is 3. This one, the frequency is 5. That's how often something is happening. I can do a frequency table, very similar to a bar graph. The data just varies. Histogram also, let me go back. Frequency table, sorry, not a bar graph, but a frequency table could look something like this, okay? Here's Johnny, here's Susie. I'm looking at the amount of assignments they turned in each day while they were off on the COVID-19 break, okay? Johnny, on Monday, he turned in 2. Susie turned in 1. On Tuesday, Johnny turned in 3. Susie didn't turn in any. Come on, ladies. On Thursday, Johnny was really good, turned in 5. Susie turned in 0. Susie's not going to get a very good grade because she's not doing her work. But the frequency is, Johnny's, that's what's happening. So I just put it into a table, okay? Looking at some things that are coming up that you'll do in your lab for the next week or so, we're going to need to know the difference between mean, median, and mode. Mean, what mean is if I take, let's say I'm collecting data. Susie turns in 5 assignments, 3 assignments, 2 assignments, 4 assignments. What I do is I add those together, 8, 10, which is 14. I divide by 4 because that's the days that she turned in assignments. When I do that, I have like 2.5. And my mean is on average how many assignments she's turning in per day. Median, when I look at median, M-E-D-I-A-N, okay, what I do is I take the middle number. So I put my data from least to greatest, or in order, 2, 3, 4, 5. I find my middle spot. In this case, it was going to be 3.5 because it's in the middle of 3 and 4. My median would be 3.5. The last one is mode. Let's say I have the data 2, 3, 4, 5, and man, she gets really busy one day and turns in 26. Okay? Oh, no, hold on, I'm jumping ahead to outlier, so I'll get to that in just a minute. So let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, she has another 4 and another 7. She gets busy one day. Mode, look at the MO. MO is the same as most. That's how I remember it. They're similar. Okay, that's the number that happens the most in the data. In this data set, I have 2 4s. That's more 4s than any other number. There's only one of everything else, so my mode is going to be the 4, the number that happens the most. Okay, very last one is outlier. I just about jumped ahead a minute ago. If I have data 1, 3, 7, 4, and 85, outlier is a number that is very far away from all the other numbers. It's kind of outcast, it's out there all by itself, so think outlier by itself. Okay, so let's jump into today's assignment. You are looking at statistical questions. You want to make sure that when you write a statistical question, it is something that varies, that you can quantify. Okay? If I write Tom Brady, let's do Tom Brady. How many touchdowns did Tom Brady make January 2nd? Is this a good statistical question? The answer is no, it is not. It's not going to vary. I can look at the data. He made 4. Okay? My number does not vary, so no, that's a bad statistical question. To write it in a better way, I need to make sure it varies. I would say, how many touchdowns did Tom Brady make during January? Now it's a good statistical question. I can look at the data. Well, he made 4 this day. He made 2 this day. He made 1 this day. He didn't make any this day. Remember, I'm collecting data. I'm collecting multiple things. Bad question, good question. When you go throughout your assignment today, make sure that you're writing good statistical questions. Saying that, if you have any questions, please contact me there with email, and I will help you with your assignment. Good luck. I look forward to working with you over the next few days. I hope you're safe at home, and I'm excited that we can still be together during this time. So have a nice day.